Hi guys. Today we are on our 165 or 66. Let me check. Yeah, around 100 or 55 or 166 podcast in our beloved, our beloved remote worker Indonesia. Um, I will try to use sometime. I will try to use English um, as the as the spoken language in some of my podcasts because I have some kind of enlightenment just today. There are there is a person asking about remote work mastering tutorial, and he said that he's not quite confident in English as the language of conversation. That's why he tend to avoid remote working because the confidence of using English as a spoken language is not that good. So, guys, this is our main problem in achieving remote work as our way of life or a new career. That's why I'm trying to make English as simple as possible by having this kind, by having a free English course. If you join remoteworker.id, either that in the phase one, upgrading your skill, or phase two, mastering remote work, you will have access to a free English course that occur either daily or weekly. In daily English course, you will learn how to use grammar, how to use textual English conversation, and in the weekly you will learn how to use English as a spoken language with our instructor, Miss Marianti, who is a specific instructor for this English course. It's free of charge for you already joined the remote worker ID in either in phase one or phase two. So because of that, I also will try to use this podcast either in Facebook, Spotify, or YouTube, and using English as a way of getting to be more confident in using it. If, as you can see, my English is not that good. I'm using English as an okay good, not a fluent. For example, you see me trying to remember what English that I want to use. I'm not as fluent as Miss Marianti, but it's already enough if I want to use English. Now, uh, the title of this podcast is I'm going to suggest what is your resolution for the 2021. We already minutes to pass 2020. That means you are healthy. That means you are already avoid the COVID-19 pandemic. That's good for us, good for both of us. So we have with that kind of gratefulness, we're trying to express our gratefulness by making 2021 better. So this is the thing that I would like to suggest for you. I'm going to share my screen, and those who uh, who watch this on YouTube will be able to see what I share. But those who in Spotify, doesn't matter. I'm going to read it to you. So in our Instagram of alumremoteworker.id, we are composing all of the success story in our in all of our alumni. For example, one, two. We already have two here in the compose of the remote worker ID tag. But if you see in our remoteworker.id uh, Instagram, you can see lots of people already achieve their remote work. Either they are an expert or they are a newbie. Yes, also newbie can get their remote job. For example, we can let me check alumni. Wait up. Alumni remote worker ID hashtag. See, we have around 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3. That's 12. That 12. Uh, Already we already got 15 success story, but the reality we have already almost 100 success story. So we try to roll this out once in a week. So for example, we are going to look at uh Mas here Mas Andre Goranico Samosir. He is an advocate which means lawyer. So he is not a programmer per se, but he is an enthusiast in programming, and he joined the data scraping course, Python fundamental, Git mastering, and then data scraping course. With that three course alone, finally he is able to get the first job data scraping in for a Australian client. So guys, uh, if you think at yourself and see that you are not an IT minded person. For example, you are now uh, I don't know, you are those who you are an object online driver, ojol, and for example, you are also not having any clue about IT at all. Then don't worry about that. With our course in upgrading skill, we are targeting those who are not have any knowledge in IT, and the reason why we are confident for that is Mas Andre able to get their first job in remote work, and also Mas Rifai, he is a student in Universitas Islam Yogyakarta. He get his first job data scraping in the first time he tried to use Upwork. So with this in mind, he expressed himself that I'm not have any background in IT world or any programming at all. And then I learned join remoteworker.id and then learned a lot of new stuff, fixing bugs, and then I inspect lot of web because lots of web are different. And after that I'm trying to use data scraping methodology, data scraping package in Python, and yes, finally I'm able to get the first job after just a month joining remoteworker.id. So guys, this is what I'm going to suggest to you. If you want to get if you want to get a better life or upgrading your skill by learning Python and learning remote work, make 2020 as your year when you get your first job in remote work. Make this as your 2021 New Year resolution. We only have left about 15 days, 2 weeks, less than about 2 weeks left in 2020. Decide that this is the time that you are going to learn Python, or probably you are going to learn Laravel, or probably you are going to learn Ruby on Rails, and all that skill that is marketable in Upwork. Uh, don't uh, don't waste your 2020 safeness because we already passed 2020 pandemic, 2000 COVID-19. Don't waste that and make 2021 as your first year where you learn all the professional stuff, professional methodology in how to get your first job. By joining us, joining remoteworker.id, we are growing steadily. We are growing from Aceh to Papua. We are growing, getting all of the knowledge resource in Indonesia. We are big. We are getting bigger. Join us and become part of the history. Thank you guys, and catch you up in the next podcast. I hope this English conversation is not that hard to understand because I'm not myself an English proficiency skill. I don't have that quite proficiency like Miss Marianti, but with this kind of skill, I already able to get my first job and hundreds after that in remote work. Okay, guys, thank you very much and catch you up in the next podcast.